Hello YouTube. Today I am going to show you the basics of Roblox building. Now this video is going to go very fast, so try and pay attention. I'm going to do my best to explain every element of building, for the basics at least. Okay, so let's say you know nothing about building and you're like, I want to create a game, but how do I even create a place? Well, if you're at the games page or something, you're going to press develop and then go to your games like I already did, and then you're going to see this. Now you're going to press create new place. Now you can make any one of these, or actually just make a base plate or flat terrain, doesn't matter to me. But if you're a professional person, you'll probably do base plate. You can also play around with the themes and the gameplay and all that stuff. Then you can go up here for the basic settings. Hello world. YouTube tutorial vid. Okay, so anyway, let's just assume you want to create a game any kind you want. So you can select the genre and the access and advanced settings, but the only thing that are like you'll probably need to adjust is the maximum player count. So you know how you'll be in a server and sometimes there's like 5 people allowed, and then sometimes there's like 16 people allowed, like the Mad Murderer. There's bigger servers and there's smaller servers. So you can adjust this, but you don't have to. I'm just gonna adjust this to 10 and leave that at 10, and access is to everyone. VIP servers, people can pay just to like create their own personal, server. Just so like that random people can't join. You can just invite your friends and have like a fun time. It's like mostly for like just fun, and if you have a lot of Robux, you can just spend on it. So anyway, enough with that. I'm just gonna create flat terrain because why not? Okay, so you're gonna create a place, and then first you're gonna press edit. Please do not press build. Press edit. What I mean by not pressing build is if you press this settings button, you can go to configure place, advertise, create game pass, blah blah blah. But if you go to build down here, if you go to build right here, do not press it. Press edit. Oh, and you want to make sure to make your game active. And that's because people can't join it if it's not active. Now you can use that on Roblox, blah blah blah. Okay, so you might be wondering, alright, what do I do now? This looks pretty plain. Just in case you don't know the controls, you can hold right click and move your camera around and then press WASD for controls. So it'll probably appear with all this stuff right here. So, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to right click and then press insert part. Now, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, you've created your first block ever, I assume. So, now, this block, it's kind of just ugly, don't you think? Like, I mean, it's not right size you want, it's kind of weird color, it has these weird studs on it. I mean, personally, I don't really like it, so we're gonna change that. So, if you select it, just click on it, and you can go up here, and if it doesn't look like that, you can press home, the home tab, press the home. What the heck just happened? Oh, sorry, I did something weird. So, anyway, you can select this and then press move, which allows you to precisely move it a block at a time instead of just selecting it and then moving it around like that. Basically, yeah, and then you can press scale. And voila, it makes it bigger. Achievement unlocked. Anyway, let's say I just wanted to create a house. This would be the floor. And, yeah, and then you just create a bunch of bricks on top of each other. So let's go ahead and do that. And then you put this across like that. Now you might see this line right here, between the two blocks, and if you don't like that line, because sometimes that bothers me, you can click on both of them, and then you can press Union in the Model tab. So press Union, and voila, it looks neat now. Now when you move it, it moves in all one, and if you expand it like that, it's gonna scale instead of, it's gonna scale instead of like moving this longer. The reason is it doesn't know what you're trying to make bigger since it's two blocks merged together. Now, if you want to make it longer, then you can unscale it, and then I'm pretty sure you can go to transform, and I don't really use this, but I forgot how you use this, but I never use this, so never mind. That's yeah, never mind. So anyway, yeah, but they're still gray, right? And they're still not the right color. I mean, that looks kind of ugly, right? So, select the part, and then you can go to properties over here. Properties changes, well, the properties of the block. And if you're wondering what that means you can change the brick color to blue, or to red, or any of the colors on this rainbow. Actually, I don't want it blue. I'll make it green. Actually, a lighter green. So, you might be thinking, I want to create grass, but this is just a green block, so how do you do that? Well, right below brick color, there's material. You can change the material, and there's a huge selection, but, you can go to grass, and you can scale that, and make it a bit bigger, and voila, you have your grass. But something might be off. You want these studs to go away, because they might look ugly, but you're wondering how to do that. Well, you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the properties while the brick is selected, and then you go to surface, and you press the arrow next to it. Now, you'll see inlet, studs, and then a bunch of things that say smooth. Now, you want to have all of these on smooth, so I'm going to change this to smooth. I'm going to change this to smooth so they're all smooth. Now, doesn't that look so much better? Wow. Okay, you have your grass. Yeah. The thing is, this is why professional people choose base plate. You cannot delete this little terrain thingy unless you go all the way to terrain, and then you press a road, and then you have to delete this whole thing using the terrain, which you probably don't want to do because that's way too much work. As a base plate, you can just go right over to workspace right here, and you can just delete the block as a whole, just like that. Now let me explain what this is. So, it's like an overlook of the whole game and what's inside it. What I mean by that is you can you can click part right here, and it selects this part. And that's because this part is the grass part. But you just don't know that because it just says part. Now, I'm going to click this, I'm going to go to properties, and I'm going to press name. Grass, and now, look here. And when I press enter, that's going to change to grass. Watch. See? Grass and grass. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, that's really efficient. It is really efficient, and you'll want to use this for the rest of the time. And you can also see what I insert inside the block outside of the 3D world. What I mean by that is, like, for example, you click on this, and there's a script inside the block. But in the 3D world, you can't see the script. Where's the script? It's inside this brick, but it's not a 3D object, so you can't see it. It's not in the 3D world. So you're going to go over to script, and you can click on the script. and it'll still activate the grass and do some circuit stuff. Like if you've ever played Minecraft, it's a bit like redstone, but it's way more complicated and you can do so much more stuff with it, which is why I love Roblox over Minecraft. No hate to Minecraft. So anyway, just delete that, and you'll have this grass. So like, yeah, that's basically the basics of this. You can go to model, and if collisions is on, like I just clicked it, so now collisions is on. When you try to move this and put it inside the ground, it oh wait, what? Okay, so I know what happened. So we're gonna go ahead and insert a new part. Now we're gonna move it over here and press select. And we are going to scale it. Hold on. We're gonna make it pretty big, so watch out. And make it tall. Okay, so now you might notice, okay, what if I want to put this block inside the gray block? Like, you know. So, you're gonna click the move for this grass block, and you're gonna try and move it. But as soon as you go all the way up here, it won't go in between the brick. It'll just go on top or on bottom or below this terrain. And the reason it can go below the terrain right here is because it's not a block. It can't go in between blocks. This grass thing can't go in between other blocks. It can go in between terrain though. So anyway, that's another concept for later. But the if you want to turn that off and have a brick inside a brick, actually, one of the solutions for this is you can select both of these by holding control and then clicking the grass and then click the gray. You can select both of them and you can press union. Now, this is now one block, but that's in most cases that's not solution to your problem. So we're going to press collisions, so now it's off. And the reason I could do that before is because I had already turned it off in a previous experience. Moving on. So now we can put it in between the block, see? As of instead, if I put collisions on, it can only do that. But if I turn collisions off, it can go in between the block. Ah, it feels so good. Okay, anyway, so that's basically the basics of building on Roblox. You can enhance your houses, you can build anything really. Oh, I forgot one thing. So, there's also rotate. You can insert part. You can go to rotate, and you press rotate in the home tab or in the model tab, either way. And you can rotate the block. And yeah. So, if you want to figure out more about building in Roblox, you can go to another one of my videos, and then I can explain more, but this is just a demo video, so it's not going to be as long, and it's going to be quick and short. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you find this helpful, and I hope you continue to watch me, and please subscribe, leave a like, or not, but either way, it's cool. So, see you guys later.